Well, the Greater Cincinnati Radio Control Club is presenting the annual Flying Circus this coming weekend, and for the 27th straight year, most of the proceeds will go to local charities, including Spina Bifida of Cincinnati. Mark Feist joins us this morning with some of what you can see. Mark, glad to have you back. Got Bob Bellamini along this year as well. He's going to show us one very specific flying machine, but let's sort of make the round out here, because you make the rounds because you've got spectacular pieces as always, but I'm always amazed at just how many different things you guys will put into the air.
Oh, yeah. The Flying Circus is our 59th annual Flying Circus. We'll have 150 or so models that will fly in a 4-hour show.
Unreal.
And we'll do historical reenactments like World War I events, World War II events, modern jets. We also do a lot of fun stuff like pylon races. And you're probably going to see Snoopy fly around with the Red Baron, and you're going to see maybe a flying lawnmower. And Iron Man is definitely going to be there.
That Iron Man, I remember seeing that a couple years ago. Just spectacular.
Yeah, it's in my basement right now. A few repairs, but Iron Man will fly this weekend for sure.
I love it. And more than airplanes, I know drones, of course, very popular now as well.
Oh, yeah, we'll have drones and all kinds of things. In fact, this year we're going to do a couple other things. We're going to, on Saturday, we're having a B-25 come down from Urbana, Ohio, the Champaign Air Museum. You can take rides before the show or after the show in a fully restored World War II B-25.
Nice.
And we're also going to be letting people in the crowd fly airplanes during a couple of the events. So we're going to hook up planes on a radio, what we call a buddy box.
Okay.
We're going to select people out of the crowd to get to actually fly some model airplanes at this year's show.
So cool. You mentioned World War I and World War II. Let's start with World War I back here.
Yeah, this is an Eindecker. It's a World War I fighter. A German fighter built by our club president, Larry Guthier, and it'll be one of our many, many World War I planes on display and flying during the event.
And a little more colorful back over here.
This is what we call a high-risk plane. Some of these things are actually made out of coroplast, and we try to break balloons and chase each other and do combats. And usually, like last year, we did a balloon bust, and 12 planes took off and only 2 landed. So you can imagine what the other 10.
So this is, I mean, in a sense, some of that's almost like one of those like robot fights that you would see on TV, kind of a thing.
Yeah, it's kind of like a demolition derby, but in the air, sort of thing. Yeah,
that seems more dangerous to me, Mark. Quite frankly,
but it's fun, and we do it all safe. But it's a lot of fun.
What about this one right here? Now this one, it's got a really narrow sort of body to it.
Yeah, they call that a profile, and so on the side it looks like the full airplane, but in a profile fuselage. But that's one of the planes we'll be racing around some pylons and having a good time with that.
And if planes aren't your thing?
Helicopters are. So an interesting thing about one of these helicopters, if you look at the top of the blade here, you can see some scrapes.
Yeah.
That's because the only way you scrape the top of a blade if you're upside down and you do a touch and go upside down.
So that was intentional.
That was intentional.
Of course. Why
so
not?
some of the hot dogs will do that at the show and then do all kinds of crazy aerobatics.
Unbelievable.
And of course we have jets.
That's one we've heard fired up, I think, in this parking lot before, and boy, it's loud.
That's a turbine, and it turns about 130,000 RPMs, and it's a full-blown, runs on jet fuel turbines. Kind of fun.
And we want to mention this is a World War II one over here.
Yeah, it's a World War II fighter. This is an F-6F Hellcat, and we do a number of different tributes, veterans tributes, and reenactments. And this will be one of our World War II planes we have flying. We'll have again dozens of them in the air. It's just really a blast.
Excellent. Now, we've only got about 30 seconds left. And, Bob, you came here with a specific purpose, and that is to show us this kind of jet. What makes this one different than the rest?
Well, this is a high-performance electric ducted fan.
Okay.
So this uses a fan very similar to what flies in our jetliners today.
Okay.
So the turbines are actually just the power source. In this case, it has an electric motor that spins the fan at 45,000 RPM.
Good.
And I'm going to run that for you. It's a bit quieter than a turbine, but it still has a turbine-esque sound.
Okay, let's fire this thing up and see what happens.
So,
It sure sounds like it wants to take off, doesn't it? The Greater Cincinnati Radio Control Club's annual Flying Circus is this weekend. It is at the Butler County Regional Airport. Some amazing, amazing things for you to go out and see. Mark, Bob, thank you both for coming out.
Thank you.
Really do appreciate it, as always. We'll get more information up at local12.com. Just go to the Get It Now links for more details. We'll be right back.